So what if you could actually control the images that appear in your sleeping mind? Professor Ken Pollard and Karen Konkoly are conducting some of the first experiments in real-time two-way dream communication. And the first step is training their subjects to access their own dreams.
So lucid dreams have been known for a long time. They're a special category of dreams where the dreamer understands that they're dreaming. Once you understand that you're dreaming, there's the possibility of controlling what's happening in the dream. So lucid dreamers enjoy doing this. They love to go and fly.
Before training the subject to lucid dream, Karen places an EEG on her.
We can use EEG to see what stage of sleep somebody's in, and then we can also use it to see where they're looking with their eyes.
In their dream, their body is paralyzed, so they're not moving, but the eyes are an exception.
Knowing where they're looking is important because the subjects aren't asked to, say, fly in their dreams, which they might only be able to describe after waking up, but rather to demonstrate control of their dreams by having a real-time conversation with researchers with their eyes from within the dream.
One way to have a two-way conversation would be to ask them to solve little math problems, and we've already agreed on a code for those where 1 is moving left, right once, 2 is moving twice, 3 moving 3 times, and so forth.
Now, the first step in training is to teach the participant various eye signals.
If you become lucid in a dream, then you want to look all the way to your left ear, all the way to the right, all the way to the left, all the way to the right, as fast as you can.
Now the participant goes into the sleep room, which is equipped with a red light and a speaker so that Karen can communicate with them. As they get ready to sleep, Karen starts the second step of training by flashing a faint light or playing a faint sound over the speaker, followed by directions.
As you notice the signal, bring your attention to your thoughts and notice where your mind has wandered.
She directs them to practice what's called a reality check.
A reality check is when you ask yourself very sincerely, am I awake or am I dreaming?
In the movie Inception, unique objects called totems were used to distinguish reality from dreams. But Ken and Karen have some other tricks that anyone, including you, can use to check if you're in a dream.
If you study your hands, a lot of times in dreams they become really strange.
The storyline just is bizarre sometimes, and that's a hint that you're dreaming and actually not awake.
If you read something, look away, and then read it again. A lot of times in a dream, the words will change. The best reality check is just to become really critically aware. Remain lucid, critically aware, and notice how aspects of this experience are in any way different from your normal waking experience.
After about 20 minutes of similar training, the participant begins to fall asleep.
When their eyes start moving and they're completely paralyzed, you know that they're in REM sleep.
As the subject enters REM sleep, the phase of sleep where narrative dreams occur, Karen again softly plays that violin sound or flashes the dim red light, hoping that the subject will become aware of the signal from within the dream.
I was looking at my old house. I saw the light cue, that flash kind of like intertwined with my dream.
We're waiting for her to give a left, right eye signal after one of the light cues that we give her or one of the violin sounds. In lucid dreaming, it's certainly true. Wherever you're looking in the dream corresponds to where your eyes are looking in your waking body.
I acknowledged that there was a light cue. I was also dreaming at the same time.
So now we know, okay, our participant's having a lucid dream. So we quietly celebrate, and then we try to communicate by giving them an easy math problem. 2 + 1.
So then I incorporated by like envisioning the math problem on the house number plate.
While this is happening, Karen carefully monitors the EEG to make sure the subject is still asleep. One reliable indication that the subject is still sleeping is a reduction in electrical signals coming from the chin, confirming that the body is still paralyzed.
I would transform that into the math problem.
She now signals from her dream the number 3 with her eyes.
It seems like we've successfully communicated, so we're gonna wake her up and see what she remembers.
This live dream communication shows that we actually can control the images that occur to our malleable sleeping minds. This opens the door to training ourselves in our dreams to make better choices. And it may even help us solve difficult problems in our lives.
We're planning to do the same experiment with problem solving. If you're struggling with something, you might decide that your lucid dream would be a good chance to revisit that problem and see if you can come up with a more creative answer to that problem.
So the unconscious forces from your awake or sleeping mind can really impact your decisions or habits. But really understanding these forces could change even more than that. About 400 years ago, when we began to accept that we, on the Earth, weren't at the center of the solar system, a revolution in the understanding of the universe began.
Our coming years will allow us to explore not just the conscious us, but the other parts, if we begin to understand that we are not the center of our own universe. In understanding that, we will not only uncover a lot of things about how we think, how we decide, how emotions work, how dreams work, how memories work, but we'll understand essentially how all of those become what we call me.